This is a table that we created that I discussed earlier in our presentation. And as of right now, I mean, it has pretty broad topics that kind of are supposed to incorporate each of the 4 teams' ideas. And it's categorized under date, and then communication, programs, and identity. It's all laminated, so you have the ability to write any more topics you want, move it around as you please. You could use this in your meetings so you guys can discuss, obviously, anything else that you might want to change that we already have up here. Like school programs, safe routes, those are 2 concepts that I discussed in my personal team, so the rest of them are kind of, across all 4 boards. So we didn't go into too much detail on this board, but as you can see, this is what we have up right now. If you have any questions on this board, feel free to take it and use it. I don't know. That's about it.
We tried to separate these recommendations into 3 stages. 1, we wanted to bring you some things that you could do immediately that required the no-brainers, the things you could move to fairly quickly. The second category are the things that will take some preparation. And whether you put those into year 2 or things that weren't budgeted yet, then those are things that could go into stage 2. And then the third stage will be the things you can do after you do the stuff on the second stage. After you get the rocks off the launching pad, then what are you prepared to do? When we started the project and you said we'd really like to develop a new identity, we thought if this is about logo development, then we're probably not the right ones to ask. But when we were at Riverstone and found out that that took 3 years for them just to develop a name change, that's a big process. And through our research, we found out that where you are is really just fine. There's some things you can tweak, but there's no immediate need to do that because where you are is really pretty good. If you want to improve on it, there's probably ways to do it, but nothing you need to get to right away. So with that in mind, did you all have any immediate things that you thought that they should move to quickly?
Well, obviously, whatever we put in the first column is what we think you should do first. I mean, that's 2015, so a month. But I mean, for my group, for my group, I would say we discussed it more in the plans book too, so you can read further into that. But I mean, safe routes, school programs, and social media are probably the 3 main things that we would want you to hit first. I don't know about the other teams.
For us, I think that the main thing, should I talk on the microphone? For us, the main thing is probably to create like graphics and flyers immediately, just because that's the things that you're going to be using on social media. So it's really important that you have something to put out. Like I know on your Facebook page, there's a lot of pictures, which is awesome because it shows your involvement. But when people go to your Facebook, they also want to know information maybe about like how to prevent the flu this season or something like that. So putting that information on your Facebook as well is really something you can do. I mean, it doesn't take up very much time, and it's something you could do immediately as well. So,
our group, we kind of focus on the mobility and extended outreach through the mobilizers and the town hall meetings and the community representatives. And basically just the social media and video presence as well. But
our group really focused on Instagram. We thought if you guys implemented Instagram, it would really help out your organization. And more specifically, we went into like food, different recipes that communities can come together and do, and maybe take pictures of the end product. It was like one of our main ideas.
So I think that's about it. Do you have any other questions about it? It comes back, you can ask it in the Q&A.
Okay,
Well, I don't think anything came completely from a late night brainstorming session. I know you guys stressed in the client orientation that we needed to be really evidence-based. And so when we went out to the actual outlying communities, and outlying is clearly a necessary evil, the use of that term at this point in time, we found that people wanted to have that personal contact to Lawrence. And so we did come up with the idea of a liaison or a mobilizer based on the idea that people want a real personal contact, and not just through social media, not just through newsletters or church bulletins or whatever it may be, but through actual people that are representing kind of the idea of being a broader family.